Hi, this is Sylvie from Ornamental, and today I'd like to share with you some of the steps that I go through to finish my ornaments. Many of you have asked me the different steps that I follow, and this is the end part. This is the adornment, the ribbon, and really probably one of my favorite parts because I get to play with sequins and beads and ribbons and just all the color coordination. So this is what I end up with, a completed ornament that the fabric is all put together with the addition of, first of all, a hanging loop so that they all hang at the same distance from the top of my holders so that they look good at the craft fair. I have a ribbon around the seam, and I'll show you what this ribbon does and what it covers, and the different sequins, and of course the beautiful bows that go along with it. So when I put the ornaments together, I have an ornament that's all the fabric has been put together, and you'll see that they meet in the middle, and you see all the different pins here. So there are 240 pins per ornament before I put the ribbons on. So we need now to cover the seam and to cover those pin heads. And what I do is I do that with the various ribbons that I use. So first I do the hanging loop, which is, again, I mentioned, all the same length so that they hang really nice and even when I'm at the craft fairs. And choosing the ribbon that goes along all around to cover the pins and the seams. Now there's a variety of ribbons, and I'll show you some of the ones that I have. Metallics, fabric ones, some that have some sayings on them. Now I stock up on them year-round, but of course during this time of the year, in October and November, they are plentiful, so I take advantage of that. And so the ribbons, in fact, are the second part of the finishing. And then I keep the ribbon adhered to the ornament through the use of pins again, and sequins, and all kinds of beads. I love working with the beads and the sequins. It gives me a lot of opportunity to vary the design and the colors. For example, on this one I have this beautiful metallic shiny black fabric, and I have the pink beads and the pins. Now I usually placed the pins at the junction of the seams here because that's where most of the pins are. And so they're evenly distributed around the ornament. And then I add some at each end just to make it nice. And this year I've added buttons. They're actually buttons where I have taken the loop. I've taken the loop in the back off of the button, and I just secure them with a couple of pins, and you can see here I usually match the pin to the color of the button that I have. So that adds a different dimension to it. And this is an adornment that's one of my standard that I use a lot in my Sex and the City inspired ornaments. It's a metal type adornment, and if you see it from really far back it looks kind of a little bit like diamonds, but it's actually just formed metal that has some dimension to it. So as you can see, I have a lot of options. I have a lot of beads and a lot of sequins that I work with. I have a lot of ornaments to finish before my craft fair, and in fact this is part of my stock that I did over the last few months, and today and the next 5 days is actually where I'm going to concentrate on finishing them all. So I hope you now understand a little bit more of the steps that I follow and the time that it takes to make these beautiful ornaments. I love making them. I find this very zen. I have a lot of fun with the different colors, and I hope I'll get a chance to show them to you in person, or maybe at one of our craft fairs, or if you come by the house, or if you order some online. I'll be more than happy to work with you for the colors that you like and the designs that you like.